You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you may not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
You're listening to the Chatty Daddies podcast.
Welcome to the Chatty Daddies,
the 136th ranked podcast on the kids and family category.
All right.
Thank you, Trey, for that update. Now, today we're going to talk to a dad who has gone viral. Actually, he's doing what I wish I could do and go viral with awesome videos with his daughter. You've probably seen him cheerleading with her. And we're going to help out a listener who's struggling with learning difficulties.
Uh-oh. Which one of us has learning difficulties?
I don't know.
I'll be honest, bro. I had dyslexia growing up, and so that made it very difficult for me. You know when the teachers would go around the classroom and then and be like, all right, Jose, you pick it up from there, and then you have to read in front of everyone?
Oh,
the worst.
Popcorn reading.
That was my biggest fear in school, and I didn't know, because I struggled, man. Like, I would try to read, and then I would mess up quite a bit, and kids would laugh. I could hear them, and then the more laughing that happened, the more I would screw up. And it wasn't until I think I was in 4th grade when a counselor finally took me in for testing, and they're like, yo, you're dyslexic, bro. That's why you're picking up words ahead of where you're supposed to be picking them up, and letters would be jumbled up. So, yeah. I had one.
I think that my dislike of popcorn reading comes from a specific incident where we were reading some book, and I don't remember which one it was, but growing up, we would always eat salmon patties. You know, salmon, the fish.
Sure, yeah, I get it.
And so that word came up in class, and I'm reading, and the salmon jumped out of the creek. Mm-hmm. And the whole room is like, he's a dummy, what a moron. Idiot. And then the teacher had to explain to me in like 9th grade that it's salmon patties. My mother thought that it was salmon and salmon, 2 different fish.
Oh.
And she thought that there were 2 different and I just was having salmon patties. We never had salmon patties.
What?
And so
That's on your mom, man.
Well, I agree, but it scarred me for life.
Yeah, I was never the best. I was never the worst student, but I was never the best. I was always just right in the middle. Like, I think my high school rank was exactly halfway between good and bad. Like, I was halfway between everyone.
Nice.
And then, like, college, I didn't have the best GPA. High school, I didn't have the best GPA. Awful at math. With popcorn, I hate reading in front of people. If it's like here and we're doing radio bits and having fun, it's not too bad. But when I still get nervous every year on one side of my family at Christmas time, before we open presents, we all get around and we read from the Bible. And we read the story of Jesus being born. And sometimes, like, we trade off, like, okay, it's all guys reading, or it's just the kids, or it's whatever. And I get so nervous. I get, like, and it's my family. I love all of them, but I just get so nervous.
Do you enjoy going to that Christmas party?
Yeah, it's fun. Okay. I like it.
Until the reading.
I like having that tradition.
That's nice.
You know?
I think that, by the way, you said math. You said you didn't really like math very much, Nick. I think being diagnosed with being dyslexic actually helped me a lot in math. And I would say that was in school, in high school, that was my strongest subject, because I would, you know how they told you double check your work every time and blah, blah, blah. I would triple to quadruple check my work to make sure that I didn't like jumble up the numbers. And so I think dyslexia actually made me pay more attention when it came to math, and actually made me be a better math student.
Well, since we are on this subject of learning disabilities, we've already hit it on the head. The person wrote us. They did not give us a real name.
Okay.
Their name that they listed was On the Dole, which is an inside joke, which is an inside joke on our phone screening software. Like, people in the back for the Kid Craddock Morning Show, you can write the name. So then JC can look at the screen and say, "Hey, Victoria, tell us about your 7-year-old." Well, someone had called in and said they didn't want their name to be revealed. They just wanted to be on the DL. And the guy we work with, Justin, just wrote on the DL, no spaces or anything, and JC read it as on the Dole.
Yeah, because we meet people from different backgrounds and there's different names. So I figured that was just a cool type of name, and I just went with it, and I said on the door.
Again, that's probably not your learning disability. That's just on someone else.
I'm on the fly, bro. I'm on the fly.
I think that's on the person who typed that on the screen. But so on the door, they wrote us and said, JC said he's dyslexic. And look what we've been talking about. They just said, is that true? If so, do you have any insight on how to deal with it and what ways were helpful for you to deal with it? I wasn't sure if he was just joking or not, but if it's true, his POV on this subject would be very helpful. So on the dole, maybe having learning difficulties himself or a family member or a son or something like that. So, JC, let's pretend on the dole has a kid who's in elementary school. What would your suggestions be for the parent and for the kid?
Well, I would definitely get together with the counselors because that's what happened with me. When they figured out that was what was actually happening with me, they put me with, I guess it was like a tutor or I would just stay after. I remember staying after class till probably into 6th or 7th grade. I was staying after school, just working on reading comprehension and working on working so that my brain would not skip ahead, I guess. So there's professionals out there that can help you out with that, and eventually I felt myself being able to grow out of it. I still have trouble with it. It's not something you're going to lose, but you find ways to deal with it. And so I would get together with the counselor and see what the best options are. There are some great people that have after school programs that can help you out with that. I was lucky enough to be at a school where we had that at the school. So I just basically stayed after school, and they literally worked with me. And since it was the same school district, it just kept moving on to the next grade until I got to middle school. And then eventually they just said, hey, you could still keep coming, but if you feel comfortable, we can open up another spot for somebody else, and that way we can use all their attention. So I would go with the counselor on that.
Yeah. Do you think there was any relation to how you were reading with the Spanish to English language barrier? Because you came to the U.S. from Mexico at what age?
I was 8 years old when I moved from Mexico to the U.S.
So do you think that had anything to do with how you were reading words in English? Or, I mean, I'm sure that obviously dyslexia was part of it, but do you think the language barrier was part of it also?
Well, here's the thing about Spanish. The beauty about Spanish, even though to you guys it probably seems like a tough language to learn, right? Because you don't know it. But Spanish, when you read something, that's the way it's pronounced. You know what I mean? So I don't, I got in the way of some, of learning some words and maybe pronouncing them correctly. I don't think it got in the way of dyslexia. Was just a completely different monster, but then came with the English. I've messed up on the show as well when it comes to name. Famously, Malachi, which is a very, it's a very, it's a famous name in the Bible. It's, it's mentioned in the Bible quite a bit. I said Malichi. And that's because that's just, to me, the CH always, if I'm reading it in passing, it's always going to be a ch. My wife used to make fun of me. I still kind of had a bit of an accent when I met Kinsey. And I was in college when I met her. And she used to always giggle when we would speak of Chicago, because back then I would say Chicago. So every time she'd be like, hey, do you want to go? Who did Michael Jordan play for? And I'd go, the Chicago Bulls. And she thought that was just cute. So it got in the way of just pronouncing things. And so sometimes it would lead me to maybe double clutch when it came to reading a word, because I'd second guess myself. So yeah, I mean, the language definitely got in the way. But then I also had dyslexia. So I had a double-edged sword, I think, when it comes to that.
Do you feel like you have to focus more? Like, you have to be in the moment trying to read something? Because it's just reading. You read something every day. You drive by a sign, see it, oh, that says something dumb. But do you feel like whenever you're reading something, you're like, all right, I got to dial in here?
If it's a foreign thing, like something I've never seen, I got to dial it in. If it's something that I've read over a few times, we do commercials and stuff, that tends to get easier. The more I read it over, the easier it gets, because you almost know what's coming next. But if it's completely brand new to me, I got to super focus on it.
That's kind of where I'm at. I don't know that I have dyslexia, but I cannot focus on something for longer than a minute.
Yeah.
So if it's something long you have to read, then I'm kind of, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I don't remember the last sentence I said. And it gets to be where I won't retain anything that I'm reading aloud.
Same.
When I was a kid, sometime in elementary school, I took Ritalin for ADHD. And my parents said it helped, but it kind of made me sort of a zombie, kind of made me zone out. And, I was obviously hyperactive if you have ADHD, hyperactive, not really paying that much attention in school. And so my grades improved a little bit, but I just wasn't really the same. So they took me off of it. And yeah, I mean, I remember my mom showing up to school. If I forgot to take it that day, she'd show up to school before she went to work, make me take it at the water fountain and stuff like that. But did y'all ever do, well, JC did tutoring. Did you ever do like a tutoring? I did tutoring after school a few times. Sylvan Learning Center.
Oh.
Is where I went.
No, I never went there. And how did that differ from school?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I don't know why we went there over, I don't know, maybe my school didn't offer it. I just knew my parents told me to go to this place, so I went.
Yeah.
And the only thing I really remember about it was when you would do your work, you'd get like little tokens or something if you finished certain amount of work pages and stuff like that, and you can claim your tokens for a prize, like at Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Or gummies.
And so I remember there was a VHS of The Return of Jafar from the Aladdin movie, the sequel.
Okay.
And it was way too many tokens. It was like 300 tokens. Well, I had only had like 20 tokens to spend. So I tried switching the labels on them, like how many tokens they're worth, and they caught me. And they said, I didn't get in trouble, but they're like, no, Return of Jafar is 300 tokens. It's not worth the 10 tokens that a slap bracelet is. Okay?
Right.
That's about all I learned from Sylvan Learning Center.
Let me go out on a limb here and say, last time we were talking about Jurassic Park 3 being a pretty great movie.
You said it was a pretty great movie. Nick and I said that
we all
awful.
agreed that it's at least Oscar worthy. Aladdin 3, King of Thieves, is just phenomenal. He goes onto the back of a giant turtle, which is where Atlantis is, and he steals King Midas's golden hand, and so now he's able to touch anything and turn it to gold. Pretty
the Midas
darn
touch.
Awesome.
So you're talking, we had the Fantasy Dads draft.
Yep.
And so over the weekend, we asked on social media, who are the best dads? And we got a ton of responses for a previous post about what's the best donut. We had so many responses for the best dad questionnaire on Instagram.
Love it.
It must have struck a nerve because people love this question.
Can I just say that I'm very disappointed in myself from my draft class?
Good.
Because I always talk about a particular show that I watch all the time and how this man is one of my favorite people ever, even though he's a fake character. I love this man with all my heart, and I did not draft him into my team, and I couldn't even sleep over the weekend over this. Because I left Jack Pearson off of my number 1 draft pick, and I don't know how that happened. I apologize.
Yeah.
Because he is truly the best dad of all time.
Really? Can't use a crock pot correctly? He's going to be the best dad of all time?
First of all,
wow,
it's not his freaking fault the damn crock pot started a fire, you know? It should be able to stay there, and it should have turned off on its own.
Out of all of the responses, Jack Pearson or Milo Ventimiglia, somewhere, some combination of This Is Us is in here, 20 plus times. That was by far the biggest response of people saying, Jay-Z, how could you leave him out?
I hate myself over that guy.
Yeah.
Like, I might have to quit the podcast because of that. Like, I don't deserve to be a chatty daddy.
We got a few Eugene Levy's from American Pie and slash Schitt's Creek. He's great in that too. I've only watched a few episodes of Schitt's Creek. My wife loves it.
Yeah.
But so we got a lot of him. Several Chevy Chases from National Lampoons. Did someone draft the JC draft him?
JC did.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
we got a few Carl Winslows, which is a great one. Police officer, family man for sure. Lots of Phil Dunphys, lots of Danny Tanners. Let's see who else. Some Cliff Huxtables from the Cosby Show.
That was an iffy pick just because of who played him.
Exactly. Him. We got a few Cliff Huxtables, and we also got a few Reverend Camden from Seventh Heaven.
Oh, dude, how did we get Reverend Camden?
He got himself into some trouble in real life also.
He did?
Yeah, I think for some diddling around with some underage women, girls.
Diddling around.
I think, if I remember correctly.
That sounds right
honestly,
to me.
And honestly, he seemed a little too strict. Like, this is dads that we would have wanted to be our dads, right?
Yeah.
He seems a little too strict for me. I don't know if I would have enjoyed my... I know. But there's some preacher dads out there that I'm pretty sure are fun. Like, I don't feel like the boys in that family had a good time,
But yeah, it was just really crazy that this just like, I was watching it over the weekend. I was like, wow, there's just a lot of people responding to this. So follow us at Chatty Daddies on social media, and you can get in on all the fun too.
Yeah, leave your review of Jurassic Park 3 or Aladdin King of Thieves.
I still can't believe you watched the most random
Well, both of those were not within the last decade. I mean, probably Jurassic Park 3 was when I was 14, 15 or so, and Aladdin King of Thieves was when I was 8 or 9. I was like, it was like straight to DVD. It wasn't anything that was actually in the movie theaters.
By the way, I did watch a movie. It was a remake with my family over the weekend, and I'm trying to save you guys from watching this thing. My wife said she likes The Secret Garden. That was one of her favorite movies growing up, and I guess they remade it. So I forked over the $19.99 for this damn movie. It was the slowest, most boring movie I have watched in the last 10 years.
Yeah, sounds boring.
It sounds terrible.
It is, bro.
I know the original was terrible.
And I here's the thing. I feel like a jerkwad because I lit into my son Kaysen because Kinsey mentioned it. She said, I want to do a movie night. And my son was like, oh, that's what movie? Secret Garden. And he threw a whole boy fit. Was like, I don't want to watch that. That sounds boring. And I'm like, hey, you better respect your mother's choices. This is something we're all going to watch. And he goes, yeah, but I don't even like gardens. I was like, it's not about a garden. It's about a girl and her cousin, I think, and it's supposed to be good. And he was right, bro. It was awful.
Yeah. It does not sound enjoyable. It does not sound like I should start that when the sun is going down because I'm falling asleep quickly. Yeah. So, sorry about you.
We started trying to relearn some kid games. I realized we're not going to need those for a little while, but we just had a deck of cards doing nothing. And so we started playing Go Fish. And there are some rule discrepancies in the Peart household.
I don't remember how to play
Go Fish. So you get 10 cards, and you try to either get a pair of those cards or all 4. Okay. We decided to play with all 4. So you have to go, hey, do you have any 10s? Go Fish, and you draw from the pile. Truth? That's what you're supposed to do. So I knew I had 2 groups that I knew she didn't have those cards. I knew I just asked. I knew she didn't have them. So what I did was I asked for one of her cards. Like I was like, oh, do you have any 4s? Because she had just asked me if I had any 4s, and I didn't. And she was like, no, that's cheating. You can't do that.
She's right because she's pregnant.
I guess.
It was just said we're going to have to look up Go Fish rules on the internet.
JC, I do have an idea of something that might entertain Kaysen a little bit more. I know he's 8?
He's 8, yeah.
Yeah, something that might entertain him, get the juices flowing is maybe you should help him get into getting some life insurance policy with PolicyGenius.com.
Get him in there young. There'll be better rates.
You know what? I never learned how to shop for life insurance in high school or in elementary school. I never learned how to do my taxes. I had to figure that out on my own. So why don't we teach them young?
We need to teach our children life skills, and also if I do get my Policy Genius going, I'm not telling my family how much money I'm worth.
Just in case.
Just in case,
Think about this, all right?
Okay.
So you sit Kaysen down and you go, listen here, son. We could be saving $1,500 or more per year if we just go on over to Policy Genius, and that's going to add up over the course of that life insurance policy. $1,500 a year is pretty good. What do you think Kaysen would think about that?
Yeah, how many Fortnite skins could he get with that? How many ridiculous The Secret Garden rentals could you get for that?
If it doesn't have anything to do with Fortnite, he don't care. But here's the thing with Policy Genius: once you do apply, their team is going to handle all the nasty, all the paperwork, all that red tape. All for free, by the way. So if you hit any speed bumps during the application process, they're going to be there to take care of everything for you.
It's so easy to use. Just go to PolicyGenius.com. In minutes, you can work out how much coverage you need, and you can compare quotes from top insurers to find the best price for you. And then you just apply for the lowest price. That's it, and their team takes it from there.
I have done this. I've gone through the quiz 5 minutes or less even, and I had questions. They answered every single one of my questions, and boom, by the end of it, right there, 3 choices of policies, and I got to choose the one that made sense for my family.
So if you need life insurance, head to PolicyGenius.com right now to get started. You could save $1,500 or more a year by comparing quotes on their marketplace. Policy Genius. When it comes to insurance, it's nice to get it right.
Now, we were just talking about playing board games with the kids and stuff. My wife and I have decided to dive into that world recently since we've been quarantining and we're running out of activities to do and the kids aren't back to school yet. And we dipped our toe with Monopoly Junior, which, by the way, is the greatest board game invention ever.
I love Monopoly in general.
Monopoly's fun, right?
Whoa.
What?
You're pro Monopoly?
I mean, I love Monopoly. I don't know if Monopoly Junior is the best game ever made, but Monopoly's great.
No.
Monopoly always ends up in a fight, Nick. Let's be honest. Somebody gets pissed off, and somebody gets in an argument, and somebody ends up smashing the board, and everything flies everywhere.
What piece do you pick?
I'm indifferent. Maybe a thimble.
Okay.
Maybe a car.
I'm the car,
Yeah.
typically.
I like the iron.
Yeah. But here's the thing about Monopoly Junior. We tried that. It's really easy. The game doesn't last very long. It's not hours of play. So you get done pretty fast. So we played it last week. My kids were super cool. I ended up coming in second. Kaysen won. My son won. Chloe came in third. No tears. Nobody cried. Everything was cool. So I looked at Kinsey and I said, I think we're ready to, graduate to like a grown-up game. Let's grow up a little bit. Mm-hmm. So she bought this game. And I'm not getting paid for this. We're not getting paid for this, but it was a lot of fun. It's called Beat That. Okay. And basically, it's everyone against everyone in this game. So you have 10 rounds, and you have these little coins you bet. Each round you bet a coin. So it could either be $1 or 1 point, 3 points, or 5 points. And you only get 2 of the 5 points, 3 of the 3 points, and then the rest are 1 points. So you got to make sure when the challenge is read that you place your bet based on if you think you're going to win. Right? So it's real cool when it comes to that, and we're doing great. Now you have solo challenges, which means every man for themselves. You got duos, which means you pick a partner and you got to battle the other team, and then you got duels, which means you got to battle one person. You call them out. Like I call out Chloe, we got to battle each other, and then battle royale. That's just everyone against everyone. So we're doing great, and we get to the final challenge. Not one tear has been shed. Nobody has cried. Nobody's complained.
The end is near.
And this one turns out to be a duel, which means you pick out someone to battle. And Kaysen looks at Chloe and he goes, I want to take Chloe on. And you stack up the cups. It was 3 cups stacked next to each other, then 3 cards on the edge of the table. You use a chopstick to flip it into the cup. That was the challenge that we were given. Kaysen destroyed Chloe. Destroyed her. Mm-hmm. She flipped out. She started screaming. She's like, that's not fair. I'm not playing this game. Now, mind you, we had made some of the games easier for the kids because this is an adult game. So we made it easier for the kids. They were allowed to use certain hands that we weren't. So we made it easier. But when it came to this, it was just whoever was better. And it was Kaysen. She flips out, throws all her coins, goes outside, and she goes, I quit. But the problem is the game was over. It was the last round, right? There's no quitting. There's nothing to quit. And so I'm trying to get her back inside, and I'm telling her, I'm like, Chloe, it's fine. Sometimes I lost a couple of them. I didn't win all of them. Kaysen lost a bunch of them. Your mom lost a bunch of them. You just lost one. And she doesn't come back in. So we go back inside, and we count up all our chips. She came in second place.
Oh.
She still destroyed her mother. And her destroyed Kinsey and barely beat Kaysen. And I try to go tell her that. And she goes, I don't care. The only good thing is first place.
She's
and
not wrong.
My wife looked at me and she goes, I think she gets that from your side of the family. I think she is competitive because of you. And I said, no, I don't know what you mean because I won.
That's right. I am in first
place. I didn't lose. So I think our competitiveness might be genetic. I haven't taught her to, this is the first time we played a big game like this, and she did not lose very well. She was an awful loser, now, super sore.
Is Kaysen super competitive?
No, he's actually pretty cool, man. Like when he loses, this game, he was fine with it. He was like, yeah, that was fun. That was a good time. In sports, it doesn't really affect him one way or the other if we win or lose. He happens to be on a good football team, but he doesn't. To him, it doesn't faze him to lose. He's fine with it. He's cool.
Maybe that is true because, my dad, he played baseball in college. He's very competitive. My brother, super competitive in sports. Everything he does. Me, man, not so much.
Yeah.
For me, sports was always just hanging out with my friends, and we got to play sports. That was fun, I guess. But I just got to hang out with my friends in the dugout.
Right.
That was fun for me.
Interesting.
And see, I look back and I'm like, oh, I was like Chloe. I was the one that would start fights during Monopoly because I was so damn competitive. And Kinsey's not competitive. She doesn't care. She couldn't care less about winning.
I am unbelievably competitive.
I know you are, Trey.
It crushes my soul to lose, but I'm the guy that's like, we need a 3-point shot to win. pass me the ball.
Yeah, you
want to be the winner, too.
10 out of 10 times, I want the ball in my hands, and like 9 out of 10 times, I brick the shot.
Yeah, it's like not even making it halfway to the basket.
But every time I go back and I want another shot, I want to do it again.
Yeah. So you want to be the hero and you're super competitive.
That's right.
Which is that could be a double edge right there.
Yeah, you want to be the Michael Jordan. But your athletic skills are like mine?
Yes, exactly. Pretty much.
No, put me in, Phil. Give me the ball in the last second. I can do it. No.
And the Bulls lose.
All right, Chatty Daddies, here we go, because it's time for our Dad of the Week. And I found this one, man. I wanted to bring him in because if you've been on Instagram, you 100% saw this video, or maybe you've been watching the news because it's been all over the TV as well. It's the video of the dad doing cheers with his daughter, and basically the tag on the video is how to bounce back after a fall.
1, 2. Are you okay? Did that hurt? But hey, you see how you never straddled? You didn't go for a straddle right there, okay? Okay. And that was kind of dangerous. So make sure you go for the right skill, okay? Okay. Because if I say full up and then straddle, and you do a full up and you don't straddle, you're going to fall. But Daddy will always say, I won't let you hit the ground like that, okay? But make sure you follow instructions, okay? Give me my big kiss. Are you ready to get it? You okay? Wipe those tears off. I got you.
That thing just took off. You've seen celebrities share it. You've seen it on TV. His name is Roland Pollard. He's on the phone with us right now. What's up, Roland?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
It's going great, man. First of all, congratulations on being Daddy of the Week.
I appreciate it. I was not ready for that, but I'll take it.
You know, aside from all the other honors, the millions of views on your videos, Dad of the Week has to be the biggest honor, I would assume.
You know what? That is the one that I'm going to cherish forever.
Now, I think, Roland, the reason I think I attach myself so much to your video, too, is because my daughter's just starting out in cheer, and so I've been hunting all those cheer videos just to see what it's like, and that's what helped me run across your video, I think, because I think I found it a little early on. And in the meantime, you've had, on your Instagram alone, you got like over 1.2 million views on that thing. But out of all the people that have shared your video, who is the one that made you go, oh my goodness?
My boy, Willie.
Yep.
Will Smith.
Wow.
Can't get much bigger than that.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air himself shared that video to his speed. I was like, hold up. But I had a concussion whenever I found out, so I wasn't even all that excited. So I play basketball every night that I can. And, you know, the young kids get rough trying to do all these spin moves. I got elbowed in the temple. I was like, I could barely like open my eyes. And then my wife was like, oh, Will Smith just shared. I'm like, that's cool. I'm about to go to bed. So then I woke up feeling good. I'm like, dang, Will Smith shared it? Yeah. It was wild.
So, Roland, let's go back a little bit. So what is your background, and how did you get involved in doing cheer and stunts with your daughter?
So I'm from Plano, Texas. I used to be really big. Like, I used to just weight lift, all that. I was swole back in the day in high school. And then my history teacher was like, hey, you look strong. You want to try throwing up a girl? I'm like, what's up? So then he took me over, and, you know, like, the cheerleaders look good. They were small. I'm like, yeah, I could throw her up. So I threw her up. Candace Martin, she cheered at Texas Tech. And after that, I was 17 years old. I'm like, I could do this. I like a physical challenge, and there's girls involved.
Sure.
And so after that, you know, I started cheering. I went off, cheered at Tyler Junior College. It was my only year cheering in college, but I learned a lot there, met my business partner. I met a lot of people. After that, I started cheering All-Star, which is super competitive. That's how you get really good. Yeah. Then I started coaching. And then my whole coaching career, a lot of people didn't even know this, but like I had like a monopoly with stunt privates, like, because I was fresh out of college. I knew what I was doing. Like, I started stunting with the little girls, and I learned how to train these girls. So I've been doing this for about 9 years coaching. I've been cheering for 12, and that's my main background. I've been doing it every single day of my life for the past 12 years.
Well, a lot of your videos are with your daughter, Jaden. She's 4, right?
Yes, sir.
You have a picture of you holding Jaden, and she appears to be maybe like 6-7 months.
She was 4 months.
4 months old, and she was already stunting with you.
Wow.
Yeah. She had that little loose neck. I shouldn't have been doing that. It's like she stood up. I'm telling you, like, if you saw the hate messages I got, they're like,
I'm
"What is
sure."
she like? people talking about, oh, what if she got brain damage? I'm like, she's 4 years old, does not have brain damage. Like, y'all need to calm down. Like,
so when you got to be thinking to yourself, like, okay, here's my some odd month old daughter. Should I throw her up in the air or not? And so how long did it take you to decide, like, hey, I'm going to start doing stunts with her?
You know what? Whenever she started walking, I remember the day vividly. She started walking, and then I kind of tricked her. I just threw the stunt real fast and just caught her feet. She didn't even know she left the ground, and she just stood up there. I'm like, oh, dang, she knows how to stand up now. And then she started, like, just laughing. Like, there's a video on my Instagram of that no one ever has really noticed, but she loved it. And she just started asking me if she can go up. She loves showing off in front of people. So that's how we really got started. But she was around 3.5 when we really started throwing stunts.
Now, there's a lot of
showing interest.
There's a lot of parents that are listening to this podcast, and you know, you're told when you have a kid that it's very difficult to coach or teach your own children because you know, we're used to blowing up on them at home. Imagine if you're doing athletics with them. But the reason why I think a lot of people are feeling you so much is because of the way you react to your daughter when she does have those little screw ups. You know, when she doesn't listen to you. You didn't yell at her one bit, dude. And
I got the message across. You don't have to do all that.
Yeah.
How about outside of doing something wrong? What about fear? Does she ever get scared of the stunt y'all are going to try?
No.
Oh, okay.
She don't like. I'm a firm believer that fear is a taught trait. Fear is a learned trait, and it's like, okay, I've never given her a reason to fear. Like, even whenever she fell, that was her fault, first of all. But whenever she fell in that video, she wasn't scared. She just got hurt. I'm like, you got hurt because you did it wrong. So it's like she doesn't really have fear when it comes to flying with me or stunting with me because she knows I've never let her hit the ground. I've never let her get hurt. Like, that was the most hurt she's ever gotten. And she was just, those are like crocodile tears.
Yeah. Well, it was just like her ear hit your shoulder, and you had even showed her. She was looking at you when you were telling her to do, you know, what she was going to do and then to do the split. And she didn't listen.
Saw it.
Yeah.
Y'all saw it?
Yeah, we got witnesses.
What are you afraid of?
Yeah, Roland, what are your biggest fears?
Dang, y'all didn't have to put me on the spot like that. You know what? I don't want to be like the guys like, oh, I don't have fears.
Right.
You know, okay, let me say this.
Okay.
My biggest fear is not providing for my family.
Sure.
Same, bro.
Good political answer.
A lot of pressure.
That's a good. You're running for some kind of office, aren't you?
No, I'm just running for Dad of the Week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got it, bro. If we want to sign up our kids, because I know you're local in our area at least, but are you going to start like traveling and doing all that stuff when it comes to cheerleading with your daughter?
You know what? I don't really have time for that.
Yeah.
But, well, first of all, where does your daughter cheer? Does she take classes?
Yeah, she started taking classes, and I actually I had to learn her dance the other day, and I posted it on Facebook, on Instagram. I posted it on my Instagram, so if you want to go look at that, you could probably tell me what you feel about my cheering. I'm not doing stunts.
I'm going to check that out.
I'm just doing the dance, but she's just starting out, so she's just fresh into cheerleading.
So I would love to work with her one day. I just want to throw that out there, but I don't really coach anymore. Just because I get so busy. I work 7 days a week, probably 4 months out of the year, and then I kind of take the rest of the year off, and that's when I kind of like travel from gym to gym. But we have somebody trying to fly us out to Rome at the end of this month. I don't know if I can take that trip because I'm going to be busy. But as far as traveling, we've had a lot of people reach out to us trying to get us to come up to their gym, and that is something that I do want to do. But at the end of the day, I got to do it on my own time. I can't let that impede with my schedule because you still got to feed the family. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so, Roland, I'm sure you have had to tell this to students in your gym and out of the gym. How does cheerleading, how does performing, messing up there, how does that translate to outside the gym, to outside a competition, and to real life?
So the biggest thing, that's a touchy question because it's just like, but then again, let's say this. JC, you're putting your daughter in cheer.
Yep.
You're not only giving her an outlet to, you know, express herself, but she's going to learn how to be confident. She's going to learn motor skills. She's going to learn how to have a personality. Like, the biggest thing that cheer has done to me, of course, it's going to keep you in shape as well, but I have a lot of personality from it, because it's like to be in cheer, and like there are different types of cheer. There's school cheer, which is just smiling and clapping and doing your pom-pom stuff, and there's competitive cheer where you're like getting grimy, like getting dirty with the skills, and it teaches you a lot about life. It teaches you how to be in shape, how to like find yourself, but how to accept others as well, because you're going to be placed on a team with a diverse, eclectic group of people from different backgrounds, but they're your family. It's like you all accept each other, regardless of race, sex, or as far as, whatever.
Everything.
You leave everything. Once you're on those blue mats, everything else is just left off the mats. Nothing else matters. Your family. And that's one cool thing. It teaches you how to accept people.
I think one of the biggest things, daddies, that I'm getting here from Roland is that aside from the stunts and, going after your fear and not letting fears get in your way, I'm just getting this big, overwhelming sense of just positivity.
Yeah.
And just like keeping your head up about no matter what's happening. Because, look, like right now we're going through a crazy pandemic in the world, and listen to how positive he is. He's still connecting with his daughter. They're still having fun. He's still able to keep a positive mindset. And that's kind of what I'm taking away from this.
Well, that's why I wanted to bring Roland on the podcast, is because I feel like a lot of us parents lose the visual of our kids are picking up on everything we're throwing out. So if we're constantly being angry, or if we're constantly afraid, then they're going to be afraid. But the reason, Roland, I wanted to get you on, bro, is because you stay so calm, even in those situations where your daughter's falling to the ground, probably about 8 feet in the air. She's falling to the ground. You stay so damn calm, and you don't get mad at her, and you talk about it. And I feel like that's what we need.
You have to do that. And I almost did not put that segment of me talking to her in there. But I'm like, that was so real and so raw. And like, I want people to understand, like, because people think I forced my daughter to stunt. I'm not about to force her to stunt. She doesn't feel like stunning. She's not going to try to hit her stunt. I'm not about to waste my energy doing that. You know what I mean? And I just wanted people to see, like, the relationship isn't fake. People are like, oh, you're posting those videos for likes. I was like, I was posting those videos before I had like 400,000 people following me. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I did. Like, I did not, in February of this year, I only had 5,000 followers, and I already had countless stunt videos on there. I wasn't posting that for, like, I was showing my friends because all my friends cheer. I was showing all my cheer friends, hey, look at my 4-year-old daughter. And then it just kind of started blowing up. But like, everything's just real. It's authentic. It's not about likes. It's about the relationship I have with my daughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do what you love, and then everything else will follow. In this case, it was just a bunch of people that really connect with your relationship.
Yep.
So for my ender, should I do a double back handspring with a twist, or a double tuck?
You don't sound like you should be doing any of that. To be honest, like the way you just said that, I just pictured that in my head, and like double tuck. I've seen a guy fall to his neck in the grass on a double tuck. I would not try that.
Okay.
But if you want to learn how to flip, you know what I mean? I'll show you how to do it.
I can almost guarantee that Trey has no idea the words he just said and what they meant.
I think I took a couple of things I heard on Cheer, the Netflix show, and just kind of maybe used them in the right way.
Did you love that show?
I loved it. I know like half the people on there. Monica is my homegirl. I love Monica.
And now being on in that side of the world, is that true? You've seen it. Is that true to what that life is like?
Yes, that was to the T. Like, they put all the real stuff in there. It's really like that. Like Ladarius yelling, like that's what it's like at cheer practice. And yeah, you are gonna get yelled. Like it's tough. I love that. And if y'all haven't seen it, I would highly recommend y'all check that out. It's 100% real, and it's a good docuseries.
We loved it, man. We had him on our radio show, Roland, and I got to lift Morgan, and those girls don't weigh nothing, dude. Yeah.
I stunted with Morgan, a couple of months ago. She had a little photo shoot with Jaden with their Navarro outfits. I stunted with her. That was a blast.
Now, Roland, aside from any stunts and everything like that, Jaden, she's 4 years old. What's her favorite Disney movie or show?
She doesn't so she really likes Larva. She doesn't really. Shay, Frozen. She put me on the Frozen a long time ago, and so we saw Frozen live, Frozen on ice. Like that was so much fun. I was singing all the songs. I had a blast. But she doesn't really watch movies.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, you're a better father at me in another area, Roland.
How do I get my kids to not watch movies like that, man?
Well, you know what? She plays with her iPad all day, but half the time, like, she's at gymnastics camp right now, and then like she's always doing something. So and by the time it's time to watch movies, she's already ready for bed. So.
As long as the kids are happy, that's all that matters, man. That's the way I look at it.
Roland, this has been fun catching up with you. I hope we get to talk to you again. Everyone, check him out. Follow him at Roland P90X on Instagram. And so P90X, huh? You still doing it? What's your favorite exercise?
It's funny because I've never in my life done P90X.
Well, what's the reason behind the P90X in the name?
You know what? No one ever asked me that. So I was like, okay, I'm creating my Instagram name. I wanted Roland P. And it was like, somebody already has that. I'm like, dang. And then I just put 90X. I was like, nobody has that. And so it was open, so I took it.
Well, I think if you keep blowing up, you're working yourself into a great endorsement coming up.
For sure.
with
Beachbody
videos.
for sure.
Listen, I'm already ready for it. My wife is a Beachbody coach, and like she does all that stuff. And like she's on some of the programs too. So it's like, if I ever wanted to slide up in there, I could easily.
That's
100%. You already look like you do P90X, so you're all set to go to even be one of the people on the videos, bro.
We'll see.
All right, Roland. Well, we appreciate you, man. Congratulations on being our daddy of the week, bro. And we'll keep in touch. Maybe you'll teach us how to do a backflip, and that'll be on one of our episodes.
Let me know when you're ready. I appreciate y'all for having me.
Yes, sir, man. Later, Roland.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to us. That is another episode right there of the Chatty Daddies.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Chatty Daddies, and write us anytime at chattydaddies.com.
And right now, you're driving, you're doing something else while listening to this podcast. Stop doing it entirely and hit subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
The Chatty Daddies Podcast.